Thanks, guys. This is Charlie Van Sant. Don't adjust your TVs. You're not watching Channel 6 or Fox 28. You're still watching WPIC, but we're here on the set of NewsCenter to see how they put together their noon news program in Columbus. Let's go check it out. NewsCenter, one of the leading news teams in Central Ohio, joins forces with ABC6 and Fox 28 to bring the news throughout the day. Now here's where all the real action happens. All the events of the day are brought into one central location, the newsroom.
He charged?
New news producer Josh Glenn is in charge of gathering all the news from the newsroom and decides what goes on the show and what doesn't. Josh is no stranger to the NewsCenter team. He's been here for almost 6 years.
I started out as a photographer, worked my way as an assignment editor, which doles out, kind of spreads out the assignments, the daily stories, and about 2 years ago I started as a producer.
I don't know how sound's going either for, so. News.
And a busy producer he is. Josh works with new news anchor Terry Sullivan through the morning, putting together stories for the noon news.
A woman abducted by a man wanted by police. Plus, it looks like Pickerington.
Before the show, a teaser airs just minutes before they go live. A teaser shows what's coming up next on the news. Josh is also in charge of what goes on these teasers. Wait, rewind that. What's that in the background? Yep, that's me. NewsCenter anchor Terry Sullivan allowed me to sit in the background and be in the shot for the teaser. I took a minute to talk to Terry about her job.
I've been in Columbus for 13 years.
Did you work for other stations in Columbus, or?
Actually, I did. I worked over at Channel 10, and then I was hired over here to be the weekend anchor. So I worked there for a few years, and then I was hired over to do weekends. So I do the morning shows and the noon show.
Now, being a news anchor wasn't always in Terry's future plans.
Up until 2 weeks before I went off to college, I wanted to be a pediatrician. I wanted to be a doctor. So for some reason, at the very last minute, I decided, oh, this looks kind of fun. This looks really interesting. For a while, I was able to do medical reports, the health reports. So that was fun. I was able to work that interest in.
Now, what's your favorite part of working around here and doing your job every day?
Oh, I just love coming in and doing the news every morning, helping people to wake up and fill them in as to what happened while they slept.
Now, being one who sleeps until noon myself, the noon news tells me what happened while I slept. But there are a few things that need to happen before Terry can report the news to me and others watching. Scripts are sent to editors in different edit bays. They cut down raw footage and prepare them for viewing while the anchors report the story. The stories are then sent into audio edit bays where the reporters can record voiceovers for video, such as what I'm doing right now. The graphic department puts together graphics called chyrons that appear throughout the news broadcast. After all the elements are put together, Terry and Josh look over the final scripts and then prepare to go live.
Live from WSYX TV, you're watching Columbus's NewsCenter, Central Ohio's fastest growing newscast.
Nice job, guys. Thank you. You're clear.
After they're live, much more goes on during the half-hour newscast. The news anchors go to live shots of field reporters.
Shannon McCormick joins us now live from Westerville. She picks up the story from there. Shannon?
The live feeds come through microwaves. Yes, I said microwaves. And no, don't set your timers for 45 seconds. These microwaves are transmitters that send video and audio signals back to the studio to be broadcasted.
Your forecast next on Columbus's NewsCenter.
Now, when it's time to go to commercial, it's time to deal with a whole new crew. Board operators keep the station running. When it's time for a commercial, they run the commercial. Board operators also run programming such as talk shows and sitcoms throughout the day. Sometimes the show will have special on-set interviews. On our visit to the station, the lead from the Full Monty was in town.
The story follows 6 unemployed steelworkers from Buffalo, New York, who...
Before they went on the air, Terry sat down with him and pre-interviewed him just to let him know what she would be asking and to make sure everything went as smoothly as possible. One thing no newscast would be complete without is a weather forecast. Now you know the drill. They show a big map with a lot of stuff you probably don't understand. But what you're really seeing is a computer image that not even the weather person is seeing right behind them. Let me show you what I mean. Here's what you would see as you're watching the newscast on TV. It appears that there's a map behind her. But from what our cameras found out, this is what she's really seeing. It's just a big green screen behind her. The computer superimposes an image behind her, making it look as if she's standing in front of a map on TV. Now, before our day was over at the studio, AK and I were in for a surprise at the end of the broadcast.
A special thank you to Charlie and AK from Pickerington High School. Come on in, guys. They're working on a little project, and NewsCenter's helping them out. Maybe you'll see us on Educable.
Absolutely.
There they are. Remember these faces. They'll be famous.
Documenting it all.
There you go. NewsCenter continues today at 5.
Have a great day.
Well, there you have it. That's how they put the noon news together. As you can see, it's a lot of work, but they still have some fun off to the side. Thanks again to Terry Sullivan and Josh, the producer of the noon news, for helping us out with our story. This has been Charlie Van Sant for WPIC, broadcasting from NewsCenter.